Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lara, or Lara Likes Mascara. Today I am doing a bi-monthly video. This is my decluttering slash empties. A lot of people do decluttering videos every couple of months. They'll sort of comb through their collection, see what they're not using, and get rid of that. But that is not how I do it. My process is more that as I, am using my collection and coming across products that I realize I don't like anymore, I will declutter them. So if I have something in my makeup basket for a couple weeks and over that period of time I realize that it's just not working for me, then I will decide to declutter it. So this is something that I am constantly doing. I'm constantly thinking about. I don't do it in every couple of month periods. This is the same as how I work through my clothing. If I'm wearing an article of clothing and I realize it's just not working for me, then I will get rid of it. I just find this to be a bit of a more conscientious way to do declutters, and it also gives me time to use each individual item before I decide to declutter it. Because if I'm just looking through my collection and selecting items to declutter, I'm probably not giving each of those items a chance to perform. This is the way I do it. I just wanted to explain that because I probably have before, but it's always helpful. And so because of this, I actually do decluttering videos with my empties videos. So every 2 months, I'll put out a video like this, which is just showing all the products that I finished over the last little while and all the products that I decided to declutter. So that's out of the way. Let's get on to all of the products that I'm decluttering. And also on the topic of decluttering, this top that you can see, I'm actually getting rid of. This is a dress. It is a long sleeve dress. I haven't even had it for that long, probably 3, maybe 4 years max, which is kind of on the lower end for how long I own things, but I've just been very, very decisive with decluttering my clothing lately, way more so than with makeup. I find it much more challenging to declutter makeup. Yeah, it's giving me like a lot of energy to declutter clothing, and I'm not having the hard time that I used to. Even though I don't have anything similar to this, like it's just a basic black dress, it's kind of long, so it works for a lot of occasions, but I just don't love it anymore. So I'm getting rid of it. And I always use buns to post my clothing so I can trade for other items that I like better and that I have panned. It's a really good haul this month, so if you watch my project pans, you'll be excited to see some of these things. My project pan video is coming next week, so a bit of a preview for that. I think I have about even numbers of declutters and pans this time, but this is also including like skincare as well. It's not just makeup. Let's get into it. First, I'm going to talk about my empties and then I'll move on to declutters. And this is because the most exciting thing is an empty this month. Hallelujah! This is my Tarte Shape Tape Matte Foundation. I was working on this for so long. This is the product that kickstarted my entire makeup no-buy. It was never the right shade for me. As you can see, there's a little bit left. I'll just swatch that there. But when I was using it that last day, I was really trying to get everything possible out of it and nothing more would come. So I assume that's just a last remnant. You can see that that color there does not match me at all. So it was really a struggle to use, and now I'm getting to explore the other face products, like foundation concealer products in my collection, which has just been a joy and also kind of shocking to see what a difference it makes to not have to use a foundation that is super dark. And interestingly, I've found that some of the other face products in my collection are too light, so I end up having to way over bronze to compensate for it, like today. But yeah, I finally finished it. I can't believe it either. I will accept your congratulations in the comments. Nobody thought that I would actually get through it rather than decluttering it, but here we are, and I don't regret it. I'm glad that I decided to pan it rather than declutter. Okay, next empty. Let's talk about this skincare product. This is from e.l.f. It is the Holy Hydration Makeup Melting Cleansing Balm. I like this. I didn't love it. I know a lot of people love this. I think it's just not my preferred consistency or type of product. So when I'm washing my face, like trying to get rid of my makeup, I'd rather just use a face wash, honestly, than a cleansing balm, because I do a 2-step process anyways. After I wash my face, I also use a makeup remover, and I did that with this as well. I always do a 2-step process, so it didn't really make much difference, and I just found it a bit more finicky because it had a little scooper, so you kind of had to scoop some out and then apply it on your face or put it on the back of your hand and then scoop from there. Like, it was just a little too precious. I would rather just wash my face. I also found it a little bit expensive for what it is. e.l.f. is very affordable, but this was, I think, around $12 Canadian, and my Pacifica face wash is probably somewhere around that, maybe like $15 to $20, and lasts a lot longer than this does. So I enjoyed it, but there is a lot of plastic packaging, and I find because it doesn't last as long, it's just not really worth repurchasing to me. This next one is also a very exciting makeup empty. It is this product, I think it's from Revlon. It is in the shade Toffee. As you can see, it's kind of broken. If I wanted, I could probably scoop a lot more out of there, but I don't want. So I will not be doing that. I got through this pretty quickly because I kind of use it like a lip balm. It was very moisturizing, but it faded off my lips very quick. It didn't taste the greatest. I have a ton more of these in different shades. And because I just got so tired of using this is actually the second one that I panned. I kind of want to get rid of more of them. So you may see some of these in my declutters in future. I just haven't turned my mind to it yet. I have so many, like at least 5. And so that's taking up a significant portion of my lip collection where I could be using other products that I love. But yeah, I'm glad that I did go through and finish this off, but I didn't enjoy it. Let's talk about a hair product. I don't often finish hair products because I don't use that many hair products. I just can't be bothered. So this is the John Frieda Sheer Blonde Go Blonder Controlled Lightening Spray. I got this in a buns tray. This is not a cruelty-free brand, so that is why I didn't want to buy it firsthand. I am actually on the hunt for some more products like this, which are kind of like a light bleaching tool for the winter when the sun's not out to give me highlights. I know that there is one I've heard from Garnier, but I don't think it's available in Canada, and also one from Sunbum. So that is what I will purchase if I can't find anything else, but I would really just prefer to find things on the Buns platform. So I have been looking, but yeah, this is good, but it's not cruelty free. This is a men's deodorant. It is the Live Clean Men Sport. So I actually bought this for my partner. He usually uses some basic, what are they called, Old Spice, or he doesn't actually use Old Spice, but he uses those kind of just like generic drugstore ones, which are not cruelty free, not like great for you. So this is free from aluminum, propyl glycol, parabens. It's plant-based and cruelty-free. I don't think that this is a natural deodorant, but it is obviously like better than a regular one. I really enjoyed this, so that's why I am showing it in this video. He didn't like it very much. He found that it was not effective in combating sweat. I found that this was actually in some ways better than my regular deodorant, so that is why I finished it off. So yeah, highly recommend this, and had a nice clean scent. Didn't smell like Vikings or whatever men's deodorant smells like. So I would recommend that for anyone. Gender neutral. Okay, I also finished 2 hand creams in the past little while, which is very exciting. I didn't realize that I'd finished these both so quickly, but I think it's just that it's been a while since I filmed a declutter, so I probably finished one of these at like the end of early December, or when did I do my last one? I don't know. I feel like it's been more than 2 months, but who knows? So we have this one. This is the Dead Sea Skincare Blue Ocean Aromatic Body Cream. I've had this for absolute years, and I know that because I remember when I purchased it many years ago. It was the summer of 2014, so this has lasted for 8 years, and honestly, it was perfectly fine. The one thing that I noticed was that if I sort of like layered too much on, it wouldn't absorb into my skin. It would get kind of like clumpy, but I honestly think that that was just a result of putting too much cream on, and that would happen with anything. This was it was fine. I'm just glad to have this out because I'd had it for so darn long, and I have other creams that I need to finish, quite honestly. I cut it open, as you can see. Got every last drop out. And then the next one is this cranberry body lotion from The Body Shop. This is so cute. I am considering keeping this to depot other creams into if I need like a handy on the go hand cream. Oh no, the cap came off. It's too bad, because I used to have a ton of these little ones and I finished all of them off. So I'm just thinking for the future when like I'm on the go or going into an office or something, it might be handy to have a small container like this, but obviously this one's broken. I feel like so many things that I show when I show my like empties or declutters are broken. But anyways, I enjoyed this. I think it maybe had gone off a little bit because it was smelling like so strong. But yeah, I'm just glad to have gotten rid of that. I don't have that many more hand creams, so maybe one day I will have to purchase hand cream. That'll be the day. It's been literally like a decade. Okay, those were all of the empties that I finished, and now let's move on to declutters. I actually have some very exciting declutters this month. The first, most exciting one, it's kind of sad. This is the Rimmel Glam-Eyes HD Quad. I have shown this in previous videos before because I have been considering decluttering it for a very long time. This has been a long time coming, but that middle shade is just so beautiful. The rest, it's like impossible to even access them, but I also don't like them. It is broken. That middle shade, I feel like I'll keep my eyes out for a shade like that. And some people, I did post this on Instagram that I was considering decluttering it. Some people have said I should just depot it into another eyeshadow container, but I don't know if that would work for me because nobody would want it if I decluttered it if the main color was gone. So I'm just saying goodbye to it. I have lots of other eyeshadows, and I'm sure someday I will come across a shade that is that color. I will keep my eyes out. I don't want that hanging around anymore. The next one is this Topshop eyeshadow. It is this olive color, dark olive. So this was in my Pan Those eyeshadows, and it was actually as a result of that I decided to declutter it. So my Pan Those eyeshadows has been very effective. I just don't like dark shades on my eyes or greens on my eyes from what I can see. So this will go to a new home. It is in great condition. Okay, this next one is very exciting because it has been in multiple videos before of products I was thinking about decluttering. In fact, it was in my most recent chopping block video. I will link it here. Basically, that was me talking through all the items I hadn't decided about if I should declutter, and I had hoped that some of those would make it into this video. Some of them did, not many. I usually have to think for like quite a while, or give these products a month or two to really give them the chance that they deserve and decide if I want to keep them or not. So of course this was in that video, and so was this one. This is from Maybelline. It is in Shocking Coral. It's actually a pretty cute package. I kind of like this. I like it more than some of the other ones that I've decided to keep, but the color is just never going to work for me. So theoretically, it is coral. It's called Shocking Coral, and it looks kind of coral, but when you swatch it, it's just a straight up hot pink, and it is a hot pink that does not work for me. That shade just does not look great. And what gave me the final push I needed to declutter this was I acquired a new lipstick, which I know I shouldn't be doing, but I had a buns trade planned with someone, and I was very intrigued by this lipstick she had. It is MAC Antique Velvet. I actually have one of these in Ruby Woo, like the same product in a different shade, and I love it. Ruby Woo is my favorite lipstick. And look how perfect that color is. This is what I'm wearing today. So pretty. And I worried that this might be a little bit too similar to a Revlon color I have called Black Cherry. We're just doing a whole little lipstick swatcheroo here. So if you look in the tube, these are very similar colors. Can you see that? I've had Black Cherry for a very long time, but I'm going to swatch Black Cherry for you. And look how different that shade is in person versus in the tube. So these are not dupes, so I feel like it's valid to own both. And this one, I don't have anything this dark, so I didn't need it. For sure, I didn't need it, but it pushed me to declutter that other one. And yeah, that's the only justification I can give. And it was secondhand, so that's something. I wasn't buying it outright. But yeah, I am glad to get this one out of my collection because I never reach for it. And this MAC one, I've already reached for a couple of times. Two more declutters. So this one, honestly, I'm still on the fence about this, but I'm putting this in the video to force myself to get rid of it. This was one of the Revlon cream eyeshadows in the pot. So I was deciding about if I should declutter this in my Pan Those eyeshadows video. I will link that one as well because, obviously some of the products in this video I talked about in that. So this is a light olive shade, and because historically olives have not looked good on my lids, well, olives or any kind of green, you can see these are somewhat similar. I just don't think it'll look good. You know what I will do? I will look it up. Like I'll do a Google search or I'll look on YouTube to see people using this and see what it actually looks like, how it swatches out, and then I'll make my final decision. But for now, I'm forcing myself to declutter this. So unless you hear differently, this is leaving my collection. Good news. I looked up a bunch of videos. This product looks very, very like silvery kind of shimmer, like it barely even looks green in people's videos, like when they actually swatch it out or on the lids. So it's all good. It's getting decluttered. And the last product that I'm decluttering is this Wet n Wild kohl eyeliner. So I always feel better decluttering something to someone else when it is still in the packaging. I have had this a while, but because it's still in the plastic and everything, I think it will be fine. I'm slowly going through the makeup stash that I still have at my parents' place. I haven't lived there for quite a while, but whenever I go back, I slowly try to declutter my room. It basically looks like someone still lives there, like all of my old stuff. It's like all of my furniture, all of my previous school stuff, some like cosmetics. Actually, most of my perfume collection is there, not here, because I'm trying to work through my body sprays here. So I just have way too much stuff there just because I have not been able to minimize my stuff down, especially because that is what I always talk about. Like, I want to have curated my life, not just my makeup collection. That was a long rant, but basically this is something that I've really worked down the amount of makeup that I have there. And this is one of the last products, I think. Yeah, this is just a black eyeliner, kohl eyeliner. I have quite a few of these in different colors. I don't love the Wet n Wild formula, and I also don't think I'll need a new eyeliner for a while. All right, folks, that was it. Those were all of my empties and declutters for the past 2 months. Again, this is coming out at the end of February. My next one will be at the end of April, and so on and so forth. Next week, you can look forward to a Project Pan update from me where you will see a couple of these products because they were in my Project Pan. Look at that nice little swatcheroo. Very pretty. That color is for me. That color is for me. That color is not. So we are saying goodbye to it. Let's wrap up this video with the book that I've been reading lately, as usual. I think most of the time the books that I read are not like the most popular books. Most people have not read them. However, I think this one is very popular. I want to say it was like the most, or probably in the top 10 most popular books of 2020, or was it 2021? When did this one come out? Yeah, October 2020. This is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I did post this on Instagram with a stack of other books that I got out of the library, and this was the one that everyone responded to me about. This was good, don't get me wrong. A very interesting, fascinating concept, but for me personally, it was not worth the hype. Quick little explainer. Addie LaRue lives in 18th century France in a little village. Her fate is to get married young, have children, not have anything for herself. She wants to write, she wants to draw, she wants to dream, she wants to live by herself as her own person. She does not want to have to take care of anyone else, and this is not her fate. And so she ends up making a deal with a demon to live forever, essentially. But she doesn't realize that this comes along with a host of problems, which are that no one will ever remember her. If she makes a friend, the next day they won't recall meeting her. So it goes from there. It is a romance, it is a fantasy. It was very enjoyable. It was a little bit long for me, I understand, because the scope this covers like 300 years. It is a big book. It doesn't look as big as it felt. This took like 2 weeks to read, and because it is like 400 pages, but I think the writing is small on each page. So this just took me a long time to work through. I'm glad I read it for sure, but it wasn't, you know, this is not going to be in my top favorite books of the year. But if that sounds really neat to you, I would recommend it. I do think you will enjoy it. So that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye. Oh damn, I didn't even do my nails. Whatever, I don't have time for this.